the mysterious death of Princess Diana. Welcome back to Hollywood Dirts, where we uncover the truth behind the headlines and the heartbreak behind the fame. Today, we're digging into one of the most shocking tragedies of the 20th century, the death of Princess Diana. The people's princess, loved by millions around the world, died in a horrific car crash in Paris in 1997. But even after decades, her death remains wrapped in mystery, conspiracy, and unanswered questions. Was it simply a tragic accident, or something far more sinister? Let's take a closer look at the life, the legacy, and the lingering mystery surrounding Princess Diana. The crash in Paris, a night that shook the world. On the night of August 31st, 1997, Princess Diana and her boyfriend, Mohamed Al-Fayed, were being chased by paparazzi through the streets of Paris. Fleeing the blinding flashes of photographers, their black Mercedes-Benz crashed in the Pont de l'Alma tunnel. Dodi and the driver, Henri Paul, were pronounced dead at the scene. Diana, still alive but gravely injured, was rushed to the hospital, where she died a few hours later. The news of her death sent shockwaves across the globe, plunging millions into mourning. But the details surrounding the crash raised immediate red flags. The paparazzi were blamed for causing the chase, but many began questioning the behavior of the driver, the delay in emergency response, and the unusually high levels of alcohol found in Henri Paul's system. Why wasn't Diana wearing a seatbelt? Why did it take so long for her to reach the hospital? These questions became the foundation for a flood of conspiracy theories, each pointing to something far deeper than a tragic accident. Conspiracy theories. Accident or assassination. From the very beginning, Mohamed Al-Fayed's father, Mohamed Al-Fayed, claimed that Diana and his son were murdered. He believed the British royal family could not accept Diana being romantically involved with a Muslim man, especially with rumors that she might have been pregnant. This, he alleged, was a threat to the monarchy's image, and he insisted the crash was orchestrated. His claims were dismissed by many as emotional outbursts, but they gained traction among those already suspicious of the establishment. Other theories point to the role of British intelligence services like MI6. Some whistleblowers claimed that Diana had long been under surveillance, and her outspoken nature, particularly her anti-landmine activism and tell-all interviews, made her a liability to the crown. In her infamous Panorama interview, she openly declared, "There were 3 of us in this marriage," shaking the royal institution to its core. What was Diana silenced for speaking out? The lack of transparency surrounding the crash only fueled these dark suspicions. Diana's final days, love, liberation, and a new chapter. Before her untimely death, Diana appeared happier than she had in years. Freed from the constraints of royal life after her divorce from Prince Charles, she was forging a new identity, not just as a global celebrity, but as a humanitarian. Her relationship with Mohamed Al-Fayed marked a turning point, one that symbolized freedom from the palace's control. She had just returned from a charitable trip and was enjoying the Mediterranean sun aboard Dodi's yacht in the days leading up to their fatal night in Paris. But even in this time of personal liberation, Diana remained a magnet for the press. Paparazzi followed her every move, and the tabloid frenzy around her love life reached new heights. Diana herself feared for her safety. In a letter revealed after her death, she wrote that someone was planning an accident in her car. Whether that was paranoia or a legitimate concern, it added another eerie layer to the mystery. Was she predicting her own demise? Or was she warning the world? The official investigations, facts versus doubts. 2 major investigations followed Diana's death. the French investigation, which concluded that the crash was caused by the intoxicated driver, and Operation Paget, the British inquiry that examined conspiracy claims and ultimately ruled the death as a tragic accident. The conclusion was clear. There was no foul play. But for many, these findings left more questions than answers. Why were key security cameras in the tunnel not functioning that night? Why was Diana not given immediate medical evacuation to the nearest hospital? The inquest also revealed that Diana did not die instantly. She was conscious at the crash site, even talking to rescuers. Some experts argue that had she received treatment sooner, she may have survived. This fueled even more speculation about a potential cover-up, or at the very least, gross negligence. For millions of fans and followers around the world, the investigations felt incomplete, almost sanitized, offering closure, perhaps, but not the truth. The media's role, a dangerous obsession. The paparazzi played a chilling role in Diana's final moments. They didn't just chase her through the streets of Paris. They were also at the crash site, photographing her as she lay dying. This inhuman act shocked the world and raised deep questions about the ethics of celebrity journalism. How far is too far? Diana had long been the most photographed woman on the planet, hounded by cameras, used by tabloids, and constantly under scrutiny. She once said, "I'd like to be a queen of people's hearts, not of this country." Yet it was the very people she tried to connect with who consumed her every private moment. After her death, the media expressed regret, but the culture of paparazzi never truly changed. Her death became a turning point in conversations about press freedom versus privacy. And even now, celebrities cite Diana's story when talking about media harassment. In many ways, she became a cautionary tale, not just of royalty, but of fame itself. The obsession that made her a global icon also played a role in her downfall. Legacy of a princess, a light that never fades. Despite the mystery, the theories, and the endless speculation, one truth remains. Princess Diana left behind a legacy that continues to inspire millions. Her work with AIDS patients, landmine victims, and her championing of the marginalized redefined what it meant to be royal. She showed empathy in a world that too often lacked it, breaking down the barriers between palace walls and the people who looked up to them. Diana was not perfect, but that made her real, relatable, and unforgettable. Her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, have carried on her legacy, each in their own way. Her humanitarian spirit, her defiance of outdated traditions, and her willingness to speak the truth remain powerful reminders of the change one person can make. Diana's story is tragic, yes, but it's also a reminder of the human cost of fame and the danger of silence. Whether her death was an accident or something darker, one thing is certain: the world lost a bright, irreplaceable soul that night in Paris. Princess Diana lived with grace, loved with courage, and died with mystery. Her light was dimmed too soon, but her impact echoes louder than ever. If her story moved you, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Hollywood Dirts, and drop a comment below. What do you believe happened that night in Paris? Let's talk about it. Until next time, stay curious. And remember, behind every famous face is a truth waiting to be uncovered.